count of three. One, two. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Everybody having a good week? Yes. I'm hearing lots of energy throughout the market center. I'm hearing lots of wins. So let's start with our wins. Who's got some wins this week for us? Ms. Margot, what do you got, friend?
I have some clients that I sold a beautiful home to 10 years ago. We put it on the market. It had 3 offers the second day, and we just closed yesterday.
Nice. Right on. Okay, so client from 10 years ago. First off, kudos for following up and staying in touch. Most realtors don't. How do you stay in touch with those clients?
I sent them a magazine. Send them a friend.
Okay, so like a reminder media type thing. So she uses reminder media with them. So I know they were just in-house the other day. And for 10 years, it worked, and you just cashed in on it, so I appreciate it. All right, I need another win. Somebody stand up. Brandy, what do you got, friend?
First broker's open.
Your first broker's open?
Yes, next week.
Next week? 327
327 Jackson.
Jackson. What part of town is that in?
It's downtown Airbnb.
Tell us why they should go see it. Tell me the info again.
Well, there's going to be a giveaway. And also, you're going to come and pregame for Margarita Madness. So, just saying.
So, to give us the address and the day.
327 Jackson. You'll also hear from me on your text messages, your emails. It's going to be priced right over $500,000. It's a great Airbnb property that's been income producing over the past 4 years, and I'll see you there. Thursday, 2 to 4.
All right, another win. Steve Camacho, what you got?
Well, even though personally I had my vasectomy done, but my wife is pregnant. Roxy's going to be having a baby.
Leave it to Steve. Leave it to Steve. Okay, who? Almost fallen. And Helica, what do you got, friend?
I just put a listing out yesterday in Lavernia, 680. It's a 4-bedroom, and I'm super excited about it. And I picked up a client from TikTok.
How'd you get the listing?
TikTok.
Through TikTok.
Yes.
All right, Gary V says you got to be on social media, you guys. We keep hitting you over the head with it. Somebody just told me, one second, I'm going to come to Mary. Someone just told me they had 2 closings this week and put 2 under contract. Who was it? Matt, you had 2 closings?
2 closings. Well, one's Friday.
So 2 closings this week and then 2 contracts this week. Phenomenal, my friend. Congratulations. Mary Bradley, what you got?
I'm working with some, and they are using a. Turns out it wasn't their dream home. We found the one, the real one, and we beat multiple offers against cash with a VA loan. Just by structuring it right and throwing down some terms that were just irresistible. But the trick is also using feedback and talking to the sellers with our feedback and pumping them up, pride of ownership, blah, 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 telling them the things that they want to hear. And we know what those are because we do listings. So, yeah, it was great.
My friend, right on. Yes, give it up for her. So if you need help in a multiple offer situation, go see Mary Bradley. All right, Joanna in the very back. I'm coming to you, friend. What you got? How'd you get the listing?
So most of my listings and stuff is referral based. I'm retired military, so I get a lot of military clients. So got that's coming online tomorrow, Friday, right? Tomorrow. And then I also have another listing that just went live 2 weeks ago. So if y'all have any people that's interested in the Westover Hills or Alamo Ranch area, let me know because we got these houses to sell.
And you're sitting over there quietly. You just got your first listing on the market this week. Stand up. Let us applaud that. You got your first market or your first listing on the market. Right on, friend. How'd you get your first listing? A friend. It's your sphere of influence. Guys, there's lots and lots of wins out there. We could go on for another half hour. I am hearing these wins every single day. I've said it the last 3-4 team meetings, but if you're not feeling the success right now, then it's telling me you need to double down on your activities because every single day inside of these 4 walls, we are getting win after win after win. So the market is moving, buyers are getting off the fence, and they're ready to take action. I'll tell you one thing I love that we talk about all the time is that we're collaboration over competition. And yesterday, Leo stopped into my office and he said, hey, do we have any appraisers in the building? Of course, we have Dan and Steve, but both of them weren't in at the moment. So I connected them with Brandy. Brandy, raise your hand. And she's a licensed appraiser as well with, how long have you been an appraiser?
2013.
So since 2013, so over 10 years now. Connected the two of them. She gave them some really good advice. Leo came back and said she'd given him some really good advice, which is a big compliment from Leo. I love the fact that when you've got power in numbers, you can rely on each other. There's always somebody in this building that can help. So when you run into a hurdle, you come see one of us in leadership, and we're going to connect you with someone if we can't help to say, hey, here is a great resource. Leo, you want to add to that?
Yeah, where's my gift card?
Where's your gift card? He's going to hook you up at the end, my friend. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say for the first time, I used is called an exclusionary clause, or the one that.
Escalation clause?
That's it, I've never used it. And that's how my clients, those people got the house.
Nice. So yes, we do have an in-house escalation clause form that our awesome broker of record and chief legal counsel, Garrett Branton, has drawn up. So if you need more information on it, go see him. Real quick, thank you to our sponsors today, GFS Home Loans and David Weekly. Y'all thank him for the food and the pizza and the drinks. There's your TCPA reminder. All right, let's hit it off with what runs our company real quick. Win-win. Oh, y'all can do it better than that. Integrity. Customers. Communication. Commitment. Creativity. Trust. Teamwork. Equity. And success. Amen. Yeah, speaking of KW Heritage and that awesome culture, I want to introduce y'all to a new family member. Nathan, will you stand up, my friend? This is Nathan, and I'm going to screw up the last name again. Tell me again. Cadoris. Nathan just joined us from Exquisite Properties. You closed how much last year? About 9 million? Now about 9 million. Welcome him to the family. What's that? 13 listings he brought over with him as well. So y'all help him sell that inventory, please. I love that, my friend. Get a chance to meet with him. Super nice guy. He's going to fit in great with our culture and our family, so y'all embrace him. Real quick, on everybody's desk, I dropped off a little form for you guys from Jeff Woods, who is the author of AI-Driven Leader. If you have not read that book, I highly, highly recommend it. If you can get one thing from that today, it's the 20% rule. If you've read the book Shift, which is a huge KW book, it talks about 80% of your success comes from about 20% of what you're doing. So on this sheet, if you take a look at it, it's going to dial down on you focusing on what is that top 20%. So you need to ask yourself, what is making you money? Where are your leads coming from? What's happening in your listing presentations, your follow-ups? Identify that top 20% and then use AI to help you double down in that area to win time. It's not about staying busy, it's about staying productive. And I think too often people get caught up in AI as it can do pretty much everything, including wiping your butt at times. So we got to dial it down though and figure out what is its highest and best use. So figure out your top 20% that generates you the business and dial in on that. The other thing he talks about in there is what he calls the CRIT method. CRIT is context, role, interview, and task. So context is giving your AI model, giving it detail, being more specific. The better you put in your prompts, the better results you're going to get back. On the role, it's telling it who you want it to be. So does it need to take on the role of a top agent? Does it need to take on the role of the appraiser? Does it need to take on the role of your ideal customer? Who does it need to put in its vision as what hat does it need to be wearing? Ask it to interview you. Let it ask you questions to help and sharpen your thought process, go through objections, and then the task, like we said earlier, you gotta be clear on what you want. So if you can go into your AI and use that method, I guarantee it's gonna help you stay in control and use it at a higher and better level. If you like that kind of information, we go over that every Monday at MREA Monday, which is on the 3rd floor at 8:30. That was this week's class. Guys, we're in and out in 45 minutes. You get breakfast served to you. You get some really great information. So if you need to jumpstart your week and you're one of those people that's rolling out of bed at 10 a.m. on Monday, just one time, set your alarm, come in early. I guarantee you, you're going to ride that momentum to the rest of the week and find some really good success. So come join us next Monday. Alrighty, GFS, Holden, come on down, my friend. Y'all welcome up Holden Hamilton.
Thanks, guys. Awesome, love the energy in here. All right, so we're going to do a little bit different today. Before I bring up my 4 or 5 special guests, I think we've kind of gotten nonchalant about these types of things. When we first started speaking to you guys at team meeting, they were very informative. In the last year, it's felt like we just talked about rate, right? And just because it's such a big topic. So I want to bring up some agents to talk about how they've felt when working with us. Lenders stand up here all the time, vendors stand up here all the time, and they talk about why you should use them and how they communicate and how they close deals well. And I thought, how would it would be so much better if we got your own peers to come up here and talk about a few transactions that have been done with us, okay? So Chris Galvan, Darren Anderson, Jamie Adams, and Louis Alton, would y'all come up, please? They're going to share a couple of transactions that we've closed in the last couple of months with them. Some hard, some very hard, and some easy. But I figured it would help you guys kind of emulate what we've been trying to tell you this whole time, is that we will do any type of loan. Okay, that's non-QM, that's FHA, that's VA, anything you guys need. So Chris, why don't you kick us off?
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Chris Galvan. I've been here at Heritage for 7 years. I hate meeting with lenders. I hate the coffee. Do you want to catch up? Can I give you some ideas? That whole lender spiel, everybody does it. Holden stayed on me for like 2 years. And if I was like, all right, I'll come up to your office. You have 5 minutes. And I actually ended up liking him. So I threw him a deal. We started working together. But last year, we had sellers in Spring Branch. It was a really difficult property because it was 2 manufactured homes on 7 acres. The buyer's lender couldn't get it done, couldn't do it at all. So the buyer's agent asked, hey, do you know anyone? I said, hey, talk to Holden. Holden dealt with multiple buyers, like family, dad, a sick father, a daughter, a bunch of stuff, a bunch of problems. And he kept me from all the problems. Apparently, I'm finding out last week all the problems. And I just realized that he basically saved that deal for not only that buyer and the agent, but for me and my clients. And he didn't tell me all that, so he doesn't like to pat himself on the back. I literally exclusively only use him, and I really like it. Now, he asked me to write a limerick for him, so I did. There once was a lender named Holden, whose service was truly all golden. With deals thought as dead, he moved them ahead. To him, every client's beholden. For heritage agents who know, to gold is the best way to go. The service is prime, each deal is on time. The logical choice for the show. That's all I got, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, that's funny. My name's Darren Anderson. I've been here for 6 years, and Holden asked me the same to come up and talk. Probably 35 years ago, a very successful businessman told me, if only pearls of wisdom that I can give you is to be successful is to have communication skills and respond in a timely fashion. And I can say that, and he says, if you get a call, and customer service falls into that category, right? And so if you get a call from a client, make sure you return their phone call and get back with them by the end of the day. And I can tell you for a fact that Holden has never gone more than probably an hour, maybe 2 hours max, whenever I text him or email him or call him. I can call him at 10 o'clock at night, and he'll pick up the phone and return my phone call. To me, that's the criteria of being successful, no matter what kind of business that you're in. I think his niche is the first-time home buyers and the young couples. Obviously, he's very educated and went to A&M, even though that he did go to A&M. But he's a smart guy and educated, but it all falls back to the customer service and the communication. And that's what I look for, and that's why I've been with him for 5 or 6 years, had nothing but great experience, and I think he's doing a great job, and God bless him.
My name is Jamie Adams, and I am a newer agent. I'm just starting my 2nd year. And so I was really excited when Holden asked me to kind of share a little bit. So coming from a teacher background, education, caring, service is primary. And so the first time that I was able to send a client to Holden, I saw that through and through, right? So his communication was kind of tacking on a little bit about I had planned to say. He kind of said that. But education is huge. And so I can't tell you how many clients, probably upwards of 25 clients I've sent now, from all all ranges from probably needing a lot of credit repair to they're already ready to be pre-approved. And what I love about Holden and that I hear from my clients is that it doesn't matter if they are newlyweds, first-time home buyers looking to get pre-approved for $200,000, and to them that is just amazing, and I'm so excited. Or if they're a $2 million client looking to get pre-approved, Holden treats them with the red carpet, no matter who they are, what their background is. If they're not quite ready to be pre-approved yet, what I love about him as well is that he educates them. And as a teacher, past teacher, that is huge, because those clients, if they're happy and they feel safe with him, guess who they're going to keep talking to? And so when they are ready, that he's helped walk them through that process, they're going to call him. So if my clients are happy, I'm happy. And Holden has always been amazing, and I don't plan on really going anywhere else.
My name's Louie, and I've been with KW, I think, for 6 years now. And I had a very similar experience where I had a lender that I worked with for 7 years. And Holden kept, it up, and I said, I'm gonna give him one deal, and it went perfect. Well, the second deal I gave him was not perfect, and it was a non-conforming deal, and I honestly didn't even know how bad it was until he was like, it's bad. And I didn't think he was gonna be able to do the loan, and he did have to broker it out, but he was the main contact for us and my client. And every time I was like, oh my gosh, where are we on this deal? He had already texted me. And I was like, okay, thank you, because it was like gonna die all the time. I mean, we were resuscitating it the whole way through. And it was a Friday, we were supposed to close on a Monday, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna go through this weekend, and I don't know what's gonna happen. And he calls me and he's like, do not worry, we got this done. And I just love the fact that I didn't have to constantly ask him, where are we, what's going on. He knew that I needed to know, and it was a really big deal. It was almost $1 million. So he was great, and the communication's amazing, and he's just a great person. And if you don't use him, you really should at least just talk to him. He's a great person and a great educator and a great business partner. And your business really does rely on who you partner up with. And that's now why Holden's my primary now. Sorry, my other lender, bye.
I know that he used my name a lot. That's the whole group, guys. That's Jaime, that's Daryl. Every single person in there has the same goal in mind, and that's to close more transactions than anyone else. So next time you have a client get denied, there's a good chance GFS can get it done. We love you guys. Thank y'all so much for your kind words. Thank you.
There's one thing I think, because I didn't even know about it, and I worked with you for years when I was in production, but I didn't realize you guys have some sort of guarantee about closing on time.
Yep.
Tell our agents what that is.
Yeah. So those that work with us know it, but basically if your deal doesn't close on time due to a lender issue, your buyer does not pay any lender closing costs. That's over $3,000. That is our promise to you to get you paid on time every time. I don't know where else to put my money where my mouth is besides that, right? So obviously there are unforeseen things that come up, appraisal delays and things like that we can't control, but if it's ever an issue that underwriter doesn't get something done, processing doesn't get something done, we pay those buyers closing costs on the lender side in full if we don't close on time.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. That does not mean your clients can delay sending in their docs, right? That's always the main one. That's always the main one. Hey, I missed an announcement earlier on this. There is some large bins out there by the elevators. One of our premier partners, Mia Pratner, who you guys know and love, she's doing a clothing drive through ARIA, which is the Asian Real Estate Association of America. And they're doing a clothing drive specifically around men's clothing. They're needing steel-toe work boots, casual, dress shoes, belts, suits, especially in larger sizes, complete suits. So if you have any of those items, it's springtime, go do some spring cleaning in your husband's closet or your closet and drop those off for her. We would greatly appreciate that. Alrighty, we've got a class coming up on Techie Thursday. Is that this Thursday or next Thursday? Next Thursday. Yep, it says it right there. Duh. Fourth Thursday of the month. It's an in-person tech class. And at this one, y'all are covering customizing your command agent site. So if you need to customize your command agent site, put that on your calendar. It's happening March 26th, 9:30 to 12. And then on April 23rd, they're doing KW and Canva. Alrighty, advanced tools and tactics for CMAs. That is happening in the New Braunfels office next Thursday, but it is also going to be available on Zoom. So if you've been needing to up your CMA game or learn CMA Snap, go ahead and scan that QR code to register. Again, that's in person in New Braunfels and then on Zoom as well. I see a couple phones, so I'll give you all a second. All right, who's ready for awards tomorrow? Yeah! Woo! Yes. I know something should be on my screen there. I don't know what it is. Let's see here. Anyways, awards is tomorrow. We're very excited about it. It's happening tomorrow at 2 to 4 o'clock tomorrow down at the Whitty. If you have not RSVP'd, look, there we go. If you have not RSVP'd, that is okay. It says 12 to 5. It's not really 12 to 5. I guess we still didn't correct it from last team meeting, y'all. But it's 2 to 4 o'clock, right? 2 to 4? Now I'm all thrown off. 2 to 4 tomorrow at the Whitty. If you have not RSVP'd, that is okay. Still come. We already know how many agents we have, so we'll have plenty of fun stuff to do. But that is down at the Whitty. Look for our ambassadors. We're going to be going through the main entrance. Ambassadors, wave your hands. Just look for one of those friendly faces out front, and they will guide you into the Whitty Museum. Just like always, parking is in the parking garage off to the side, but it's a very short walk inside. But y'all come. Let's celebrate everybody's wins from 2025. We cannot wait to see you there. Let's see here. Oh, there is that slide for the suit up. So if you need to scan for information, there it is. It tells you a little bit about what they're accepting. And then, of course, we're proud to be one of the drop-off locations for them.
I just wanted to add, it's not just...
Trudy. Here, hold on. Let me bring you the mic.
So it's not just suit up men's clothes that they're collecting for. They're also collecting for Dress for Success. So if you have any business wear that you don't want to wear anymore and you want to donate for women as well, so men and women's clothes, please drop them off in the bins in the lobby under the stairs. Thank you.
Perfect.
We're collecting until March 31st.
Okay, so time's ticking. March 31st. Get your stuff in there. Dress for Success and suit up. Thank you, Trudy. All right, Miss Debbie Blackerby. Y'all welcome up Debbie Blackerby from American Home Shield, our good friend.
You may hear a ghostly bugle as the men go marching by. Colonel Travis, Davy Crockett, and 180 more. Captain Dixon Jim Bowie, present and accounted for. Back in 1836, Houston said to Travis, and it was in March, 190 years ago, he said, get some volunteers and go fortify the Alamo. Well, the men came from Texas and from old Tennessee, and they joined up with Travis just to fight for the right to be free. Indian scouts with squirrel guns, men with muzzles loaded, stood together heel and toe to defend the Alamo. You may never see your loved ones, Travis told them that day. Troops were coming, never came. Twice he called them to the wall. On the fatal third time, Santa Anna breached the wall, and he killed them, one and all. So today we honor not only the Alamo, but Texas and the independence and the Republic. So we ask you in the month of March to remember the Alamo and to remember American Home Shield, because we have 3 special features right now for you guys. Seller's coverage, usually $75 for 6 months. Okay, seller's coverage. Let me ask you it this way. If I had a bucket of cash full of $1,500, how many of y'all would want it for your sellers? Y'all are a little slow this morning. Okay. That's what seller's coverage can do. We have $1,500 available on certain repairs for sellers for up to 6 months. Seller's coverage right now until the end of July is 0. There is no cost to buy seller's coverage. 0 cost for seller's coverage. Second thing I want you to remember is 20% off any buyer or any of the 3 buyer plans for military, veterans, or first responders. The third thing I want you to remember is Debbie Blackerby at American Home Shield. Number is, get out your pen, you want to write it down. I also have cards out there. I also have price sheets out by the pizza. 210-542-1775. 210-542-1775. In the sand, willow eye.
Remember the yellow, American Home Shield. I've got some slides on some stats real quick, but I forgot. If you guys have not entered your card into the David Weekly drawing, hold up your card and they will come around to collect it, because at the end of the meeting they're giving away one of the small, what is it, a Yeti cooler? Yeah. Oh, there it is. This Yeti bag cooler right here. And so, yes, hold up your cards real high. Staff or somebody will run around and grab those from you guys. All right, looking at some stats real quick. If you're looking for content, these are some content-ready homes from our friends at Century, Meritage, and Highland. These are some of their higher performing communities right now. So if you need to go get content where there's foot traffic, snap that slide and go out there. They would love to have you guys out there shooting content for your social media. Let's see, one more phone. All right, some heritage stats here. Let's see. Oh, dang it. All right, my screen's not working down here now. Speaking of, we are going to be doing some changes to the training room over the next week. We're getting all new audio equipment, new microphones, yay! And that will be phase one, and then we've got a couple more phases throughout the year to change some lighting in here and some cameras and all that kind of fun stuff. So if you see some work down here, that's what's going to be happening. Thank you, our friend Saulo, for helping with that. All right, heritage stats for February. Listings taken 382 units for about 180 million in volume. Average list price close to 470. Our written volume 538 units for 194 million. Closed volume 424 units for a whopping 140 million. Our average close price in February was 329. Company dollar was at 422. So you guys are crushing it. We greatly appreciate you. We are still leading the pack in South Texas and really all of Texas for KW and one of the tops throughout the country. So thank you guys. Y'all are crushing it. Keep it going. Keep it going. And then our top closed volume in February for individual, Mr. Mark Hampton out of the New Braunfels office closed a whopping almost 2.5 million. Teams, we had On Point Group with team leader Melinda Holbrook at 2.2 million. And groups, we had a Maloof Group with Scott Maloof as the team leader, closing a little over $8 million in February. Congratulations, you guys. That is awesome. Kudos. Scott, where are you? Are you in the room, my friend, or somebody from the team? I saw Ryan here. Where's y'all success coming from last month? Sarah, hit us. Social media, there it is. We keep talking about it, y'all. And by the way, if you missed that Gary Vee speech, you better kick yourself in the butt. If you were there last week for that, raise your hand if you liked it and it was good. You got some good stuff out of it. The room, we had probably around 40 in the room, but I'm telling y'all, it is available on the Facebook page. Go back. It should be required education for everybody to watch that video and take that message in. It was stop crying and get on social media and put yourself out there. Y'all got to stop being secret agents. We're real estate agents, and we got to market because that is where the buyers are and the sellers are. So get on social media. We've got more content days coming up. Here's some more stats for you real quick. I'm going to come around because since I can't see my screen. You can see median price went up, $296. Active listings, 7.2%. Days on market, still climbing. Price distribution, you can see it. Closed sales did go down last month across the market, 6.6%. Inventory is still climbing, 5.4%. KW San Antonio, we're still leading the pack for San Antonio and the surrounding areas. We had about volume share of a little over 15% and about 14% of units. So KW San Antonio kicking butt. You guys are still with the very best brand. Who's ready to win some money? Oh, good. Garrett's got the money in hand. I love it.
I got the money in hand. I've got the envelope. These actually have actual cash in it. How do you enter into this? You use any of our amazing preferred partners. There's some of them out in the hall out here, but you can see them all up on the board back there. They pay into a system, and it's not like a premier or preferred system where they pay to play. They're buying entry to be here among y'all, and we have vetted them. So these are people that we really trust and believe in to do the right job for you and your clients. That's why we really do recommend them. So they put money in, and then we give it to you to incentivize you to use them and build their businesses. So we're going to give away $250, $500, and $750. Do you want to click that first button? Can we see it?
Hey, and on that, real quick, I want to say Mary Bradley in January, she entered in 2810. And then in February, she entered only 3 and won twice. So you never know. All it takes is one, my friends. All right, let's see who we got.
All right, let's see who we got first. For $250, we've got...
Wait till it pops up.
Carol Woodward, and you in that. There you go. I got your 250 right here. We're going to take pictures afterwards. And then who did you use? America's Preferred Home Warranty. Our home warranty companies are so important for our clients and our protection. All right, $500 is going to Byron Martinez. Byron, are you in? Oh, hey, he's right over there. Right? You got your $500. There you are for using BPG Inspections, who's one over here. Thank you, guys. All right, and our $750 goes to... Dun, dun, dun. You got to be present to win. You all know that. Who is it? Misty Rios. Hey, got your $750 right here. So afterwards, come see us. We'll be in the lobby. We want to take pictures. Thank you, guys. And who did she use? Who came up on that one, Misty? Oh, pillar to post. So yeah, so use our vendors. We really appreciate that. They appreciate it too. All right, I think I'm still up next.
I think you're up next.
All right, Broker's Corner.
Matthew.
Okay, so Broker's Corner, a couple things. I'm going to go a little off script since I have y'all's undivided attention. Two things that came up on my mind this morning that I want to share with you. One is on home warranties. I can't stress enough that we get home warranties on all of our transactions. And I'm not just saying that because Debbie did an amazing recitation of the poem of the Remember the Alamo. That was incredible. But my friend Caroline Daly's back there. Jason Wilson is around the office. We just had to fill out our E&O renewal application for our company. Our premium, you wouldn't believe our premium to cover you all for a year. It's north of $100,000. But that's actually lower than it would be because we tell them that we have a very high adoption rate of home warranties. The reason that is important is when you have that homeowner that complains that the AC went out or complains that something else broke and there's a home warranty in place, that we can get that addressed and we defer that liability to another company, our claims go down. The buyers then don't sue us saying, you didn't tell me, you didn't advise me to get an inspection, you didn't do whatever they want to blame you for. So please, on your listings, get that seller coverage. On your buyers, push that home warranty. I know we have agents in this company that make their closing gift the home warranty if the buyer's not buying one. I'm not saying to do that. I don't want you spending your own money. I'm just thinking, think about ultimately protecting your client and protecting yourself, which helps protect the brokerage, because it's no fun to be in that claim. The other thing I want to point out, when was the last time we had a really good rain in San Antonio? It's been a while. Do you know what's going to happen in a month or so when the heavens open up and they're saying April, May, it really may start raining? How many people bought in the last year that suddenly roof's going to drip? Things are going to go wrong. You're going to please start advising your buyers to get good inspections now because, man, that seller, they're going to say, your seller didn't tell me the roof was going to leak. Well, if it hasn't rained here in 4 years, how do they know it was leaking, right? So be prepared for these things. Also, we're about to enter hail season, which means roof damage and other damage. Please be prepared with your clients to make sure their insurance is up to date, that they're ready to handle these things. If you have a listing, be prepared because it could cause delays. Let's get everyone on the same page when these risks come around this time of year. So, all right, that's my ad-lib stuff. I've got one thing I want to share with you, and that is our annual E&O meeting is just around the corner. We're going to start these in April and go into May. Yeah, everyone, this is, right, that was a big cheer. Can I get a cheer for E&O? Yeah! All right, thank you. If you're new with us, what this is, it's a 1-hour class that we ask you to come in for, where we remind you of some best practices, go over industry changes, policy changes, things like that. We get you in and out. And so these are going to come. So you're going to want to save the date. See if my slide works. So we're going to put out a complete list of dates on these. You'll have many options to choose from, including Zoom classes on these. But here's what I want your help with. Every year I try and do something fun as the theme behind the presentation to keep your attention. And normally, me and the staff, we come up with mostly the staff, because I'm boring. Everything would be lined on grids if it was up to me. So they come up with a fun theme, and I roll with it. This year, we're having a tough time coming up with a theme to glue it all together. So it's your opportunity to chime in. What theme would you like the presentation to be in? So get out your phones, get ready to scan. You can vote. Do you want this year's E&O to be a true crime podcast, where we're going to go through the compliance files and we're going to solve this together? Or do you want this to be more like reality TV, Survivor E&O, who is getting voted out of the brokerage because they failed to comply? So you can choose the theme that you want to explore our topics with this year. So scan the QR code, make your vote, then look for the class schedule to come up, and make sure you sign up for E&O. It is the one requirement we ask you every year to come and attend, because it keeps you on top of your game and keeps you out of trouble. That's what I got for you guys. You like that?
I've got y'all's money.
Yes, he's got your money. Don't forget at the front of the building at the end of team meeting, come take your picture with the jumbo check. My vote's for Survivor, by the way. So we are very fortunate. We have got the CEO of KWRI coming in May 7th. So if you'd like to meet him or put him on the hot spot with some questions, we're going to take some questions with him. I don't think he's going to be more observing the meeting than he will be in it, but I'm still going to, you know me, I love to throw the mic in front of someone and make them talk. So if you've got some hot button questions, we'd love to talk about it. But there's a lot of changes coming up. Soon you guys are going to see some announcements regarding transitioning from dot loop to zip form transactions. We will still, as a market center, we will still keep dot loop for a while. We'll probably keep it for sure through the end of the year, maybe longer than that. So before you groan too much. I saw Rachel Trueblood. But I'll tell you, I was always a zip forms user. This isn't a me thing, but I love zip forms. It's actually a very good, robust tool. And now with our new partnership with Stone Point Capital, which we call SPC, they own Lone Wolf, which owns zip forms and many other tech tools. We are now going to be getting their whole entire transaction platform, which is called Zip Forms or Lone Wolf Transact. It's actually very, very good. We got a chance as leadership to play with it at Family Reunion. It's very integrated into Command, so it'll be one system instead of having to hop back and forth between things. The systems are talking to each other. We're going to see a lot of changes with Command because it's opened up. They've opened up the ecosystem now, so a lot of your tools like Follow Up Boss or other things can talk directly to Command. So we're excited for that. He's going to be here, so you can ask him all kinds of fun questions, and we're going to be happy to show off the Market Center to him. So mark your calendars, May 7th. We are also, I already told you guys that, we're changing out the audio system here, and then I believe next month we'll be starting to make our changes to the studio upstairs. We're going to be doing some renovations there, some new lighting, some new equipment. We are going to be changing how that works. It's not going to be just a free-for-all up there anymore because we keep losing equipment, breaking equipment. So we're going to do something very similar like what we've done with Content Day for you guys, where we've got production there to take place, and it's going to be in the studio, and you guys just got to show up and participate. So be on the lookout for some more changes in the building that are going to add some more value to you guys. Catalyst, Christina, will you come up here real quick? If y'all don't know, this is Christina Guzman. Hopefully y'all know her by now. She is yes, give it up for Christina. One of the things we love most about Christina is she is a phenomenal instructor. And so she's got a new 10-week series coming up called Catalyst, which I'm going to have her tell you about.
Thank you. So this is a series that's been done before at another company. I'm excited about it. Some of the people that have been through it are here. It's going to run April 7th through June 16th. It will be from 12 to 2 every Tuesday. And the format is going to be one of our top producers will open. They'll give some credibility to the topic for the day, what they're doing, why it's working for them to help them grow their business successfully. The next 45 minutes will be training, handouts, systems, dialogues specific about taking your business to the next level. And then the last 30 minutes of every Tuesday will be a mastermind session, accountability, what your homework is for the next week. We got great reviews on this before when it was done. Materials taken from, I'm a reader, I love to read. Material will be taken from Dynamic Drive by Molly Fletcher, Ninja Selling. There's a whole bunch of ninja selling training in here because I heard that coming from people. Let's bring ninja selling. So that is woven into this program. Atomic Habits, the 5 types of wealth for those of you who heard him speak at Mega Camp last year. We'll make it fun. We'll be giving away books at every meeting. So, and then some of our speakers that have committed are Terry Zapeta, Social House Group, Chris Galvan, Ryan McDaniel, Suzanne Kuntz, Lisa Sin, and Anna just committed also, Anna Warmke. So I'm excited about some of the people that are going to be opening up for us. Ryan, did I say your name?
Yes, you did.
Ryan's going to talk to us about creative and fantastic client events to grow your business. So we go into some philosophical things, but then also some education content for next leveling your business. Anything else?
I think that's good. So normally, in the past, when she's ran this at her previous brokerages, there was a charge for it. Craig and I talked about it, and so we're going to do this first series at a discount. So if you want to sign up, there is a cost involved. It's $150. That's with the 50% discount that Craig himself is covering, so it's not costing the Market Center, but he's going to actually write the check to us for that 50% discount. That runs for 10 weeks. If you've taken one of Christina's classes, we get rave reviews about it. I saw Melissa in the room. I think you were talking to me about one of her last classes and we're raving about it. Yes, ma'am. Shout something out for me.
She's great.
She's great. I love it.
KW culture, her heart is so good. She's very good at teaching, breaking things down, and just sharing everything, which is what we're about.
Awesome. Yeah, many of you attended her business planning and raved about it, so we're excited to get her back on the schedule. Hey, I'm building out some landing pages for the growth team on when we're talking to agents, and I need some more reviews about leadership in the office. So if you wouldn't mind, that is my QR code to my Google page. If you would leave us a review around culture, training, education, support, any of that kind of fun stuff, I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to be doing a drawing at the end of the day. I'll put everybody's names in the hat. I'll do a Facebook video in a little while. We'll give away some AirPods or something really fun on there. So if you wouldn't mind, I would greatly appreciate that so we can get those landing pages built out. And that would mean a great deal to me. All right, I see a few phones. All right, moving on. All right, here's the Zillow thing that everybody wanted to hear about. We're super, super excited about this. As you guys know, and I'm going to fast forward here a little bit. We don't need the whole history of MLS and all of that. Let's start with clear cooperation. There we go. There we go. So if you've been watching the news over the last couple weeks, you've seen some news. First off was the whole Anywhere conglomeration, which makes up C21, Compass, ERA, Troy, Better Homes and Garden. They did a massive merger with Compass, which was huge. Part of the things that they're doing in the back end is with Redfin to get more exposure to what they call their private listings, okay? We have always had a stance, like most brokerages, that, hey, what benefits the consumer is mass exposure. But with Anywhere and Compass, what they wanted to do is take their private listings and really build out a strong platform behind it and take a lot of those private listings and said, okay, well, we also believe in massive exposure, but we're just going to expose it on this website. Thankfully for us, they chose the #4 website, not the #1 website. So it's up on Redfin now, and that was causing a little shakeup. But as it goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? So as much as Gary Keller has talked about Zillow in the past, they quickly had some conversations to say, hey, well, two can play at that game. And they came up with a really cool, unique idea that I'm excited to share with you guys. But the whole idea is to combat what we call clear cooperation. So prior to COVID and then during COVID, when everybody was getting their private listings, a lot of deals were happening off market. It was, hey, I've got this, what do you have? And we were trading hands on a lot of these transactions before they ever got to the market. Clear cooperation sought to fight that by saying, hey, if you're going to do a coming soon or a private listing, if you're going to publicly market it, then it needs to at least be in the MLS. At least in the private portal within 24 hours. And that's when Sabor and all the other associations out there put together a private portal. If you've never used it, #1, I do highly recommend it. It's not for every single listing that you take, but for the right property, if they're redoing flooring or redoing painting, but you want to get the exposure out there about the home coming soon, private portal's always been a really good deal. But part of Clear Cooperation said that as soon as there's any sort of public announcement about that property, whether it's social media or text message or email, if it's somebody outside your brokerage, it needs to be in MLS. And the whole point of that was so that if my client, Jim Buyer, calls me and said, hey, Grant, I'm standing in front of this sign, as realtors, we're supposed to be the source of real estate. And so if we can't find it, then we're doing kind of our industry a disservice. And so Clear Cooperation sought to say, okay, get it in the MLS so at least the listing agents can find it, or the buyer's agents can find it and give the information to their client. Part of this in 2025, to hone in on it a little bit more, is they kind of defined delayed marketing, one-on-one communication, local discretion, really all of that to say you need to follow your MLS rules and regulation. What Zillow and KW have now done is they said, okay, we're going to develop a platform called Zillow Preview. And this is really for any of your coming soons or private listings to get that mainstream exposure before it's on the market. What I love about this is that it is going to be on Zillow. And yes, we can all moan and groan about Zillow, but the reality is they are the #1 portal out there. Between their two platforms, which is Zillow and Trulia, they average 219 million visitors a month. And then down there in the red is Redfin at 57. So if you are going to mass expose something that is a private listing or coming soon, we definitely have the audience, and Zillow's got the audience, and so we're very excited about that. I think that gives us a leading edge in a few ways. I think #1, in your listing appointments, this is something you start to talk about because your sellers, whether you bring it up or not, they're going to bring it up because they watch the news and they're talking about it. It's just like when the iBuyers came out a few years ago, and it was one of those, you can wait for them to bring it up or you can control the conversation. So I would start talking about this because this is a way to stand out. If you think the PBCs and the Compasses of the world aren't going out there talking about how they market their listings in their office and all of that, I see my PBC friends over here nodding their heads. It's one way they set themselves apart in their listing presentations. Eric, I'm going to put you on the spot with that. I know, I saw you shaking your head. I mean, tell us, in your former office, what was the conversation around a lot of times around private listings and coming soons?
Yeah, we built our business doing open houses, and that was a big way that we got clients to use us, because the stat we were always told at our previous brokerage was 42% of our listings are sold in-house, either before they hit the market or whatever. So to be able to use that to potential clients saying, you know, I've got access to listings, the number of agents that do not even look in the private MLS when they are searching for their buyers is crazy, so this is probably going to change that. But to be able to say we have access to listings that are not well, I guess now it's going to be publicly available, but that's what they built their entire.
Yeah.
I don't want to say.
No, I mean, let's go past the mic. But yes, I mean, that's 100% accurate. It's, yes, it's being able to have that ability to say, look, I can pre-market it, but then also get it exposed. Because what you just said about agents not searching the private portal, you hit it on the head. So many agents, when they're searching, don't even know the private portal's out there. But the consumers, they are searching oftentimes harder than the agents are sometimes and looking for property. So they will be able to see these private listings coming up and be able to reach out to you the same way you would normally reach out to them. So we're excited that it's going to be on the largest platform. What I want to walk you through real quick is what this program, how it's going to break down. We do not have all the nitty-gritty details yet, but I have the overall view, and then April 6th, they're going to release the next round of information to us. But what's going to qualify for that is listings that are not yet entered into the MLS or are not being publicly marketed. So pretty much very similar to what we have in the private portal now, which is what #2 hits on, which is listings entered into the MLS but not shared with MLS participants outside of the MLS. That's exactly what the private portal is right now. So anything that you either haven't put into the private portal or you were going to put into the private portal will now qualify to go into this. And then you can also exclusively display this on just Zillow, an agent's website, or an agent's social media. But again, if we're following MLS regulations, we're still going to require you to put it on to Zillow. If you do put it into Zillow, then it still needs to be into the private portal. Again, this is going to be optional, though, if you want it into your Zillow program, and I'll give you that breakdown. So here's the 5 key components. #1, it's OP is Craig. So it's Craig and the broker's choice, which we are most likely going to use this tool because we see there's a lot of value in it, and I'll show you that in just a second. The prominent listing agent contact information, which means you're going to be front and center on that listing. There's going to be referral opportunity into it, which is really the neat part about this that you're going to want to hear. There's going to be unique brand badging, which is going to help us that's going to really help us set us apart in terms of market share and visibility. And then days on market and price history is going to be seller and yours choice. So let's go through these real quick. On this, each office has the choice to participate in it. Like I said, we are most likely going to participate in it. It is your choice, though, on whether or not you and your seller decide you want to put the listing into Zillow Premier. Some people will, some people won't. Personally, I think it's a very good opportunity, and you should take advantage of it. #2, each listing you will be front and center on that as the listing agent. So very similar to Listing Showcase through Zillow, if you're familiar with that product. When you go to the preview page, it's going to have you front and center as the listing agent with your branding or the heritage branding on it. And there's going to be two buttons there. There's going to be one to contact the listing agent. Then there's going to be another one that's the schedule the tour button. If they click contact listing agent, it's going to come in an email format. It'll open up the email window. That'll go directly to you. So that's still following My Listing, My Lead. If they contact or if they click the schedule tour button, that is going to go to the Zillow Flex agent, what they call the premier agents or the partner agents. They're slowly changing that name, but both programs are still running. We call it Zillow Flex now. What's really cool about that, though, is this next section. If it goes to that Zillow Premier agent, and that Zillow Premier agent does end up signing them as a buyer, and they go buy any home in 90 days, and you were the lead referral source on that because they clicked on yours first before they clicked on anyone else's, there's a referral opportunity of that money that goes to Zillow, which I'm going to give you that breakdown in just a minute. But those Zillow agents, they pay 40% to Zillow. It's expensive to work with Zillow, and some people do. Hey, to each their own. We have several agents here that have built massive businesses with Zillow. Dean Aiken is one of those. As those agents close those deals on Zillow Flex, they owe 40% off the very top of that goes to Zillow. Okay, out of that 40%, 10% of that, which I'll give you a breakdown, but 10% of that can come back to you as the listing agent for referring it to Zillow. And I'll show you that breakdown. Yes, okay, on that I want to point out, oh, here it is, okay. So let's use an example. If there's a commission there of $12,500 on that GCI, like I said, 40% of that $12,500 goes back to Zillow for their Flex program, so that's $5,000. Now, they're also going to take, based off of the $12,500 off of that GCI, they're going to take 10% of that as the listing agent referral fee, so that would be $1,250, subject to splits and caps. But that would be $1,250. Then what they're going to do is they're going to net both of those numbers out of the $12,500, and on the remainder number, the $3,750, they're also going to give a referral fee of 10% to KW, which is the market center. In that case, it'd be $375. Now, the key on that is it's always speed to lead like anything else. If they go clicking 5 different ones of contact agent, contact agent, contact agent, they're not all getting 10%. It's whoever clicks, whichever listing they click on first is the agent that's being tagged for that referral. So we will see what that looks like very shortly next month. April 6th is our next meeting where they're writing all the script right or the code right now and the user interface of that. So I don't know 100% yet how we get identified that and the tracking, because I know there's going to be questions around that. But on April 6th meeting, I should have some more detail for you on that. On the brand badging on their map where you see all the little red dots across Zillow, the previews and the coming soons, which are all going to be called Zillow Preview, they're all going to have a listing badge on those, similar to how the Zillow Showcase has its own little special icon on those dots. These ones are going to have KW dots on those ones. So talk about something really cool to pull up in a listing presentation when you're pulling up your map of Zillow Preview and you see nothing but KW all over that map. That is a really, really strong selling tool at your listing presentations to say, we dominate the market, and here's some evidence of what we have coming soon. This is additional exposure that I can get you. If you want to try that anywhere agent, you can go to that number 4 website and take a look at it. But if you want the mass exposure, we want you on Zillow, we want you partnered with KW. So that's going to be a really cool feature to talk about at your listing appointments. Days on market and price history, that is going to be a toggle switch. So as of right now, days on market will show up, but you will have a toggle switch to hide that field. Just like on private portal where the days on market is not being kept track of. So if you are testing it for a little while you're doing repairs or renovations, that's really good because sometimes carpet renovations take a week, and other times if you're doing carpets and cabinets and stuff, it might take a month. In terms of how long it can stay in preview status, again, we don't know that one yet, but I'll know it in the next couple weeks. And then price history as well. Right now it will not be shown, but eventually they'll have a function on there that if you want to show it, you can. If you're familiar with private portal, price history is not kept there and it's not reflected against your listing, which is a really nice tool. All right, so Again, just to kind of recap, the main parts that I want to show you guys again is that breakdown if you want to take a picture of that. You can put your listing in there. I don't know how long it can stay in there yet, but I will know shortly. You're going to have a special little bug, KW bug is what they're calling it, a stamp on the Zillow maps showing all of our listings that are coming soon. And then there is that referral fee opportunity. That could be really cool, especially if you're carrying a lot of listings right now. Nathan, I know you said you got 13 listings coming up. That's really cool when you've got a lot of listings coming up to plug those in and get those opportunities. Now, we all know Zillow, they're gonna flip that script on us at some point. It's not always gonna be free. I think, they give this to us for 2 or 3 years. That first hit of crack is always free, right, to get you? And so that's what's gonna happen, I guarantee it. That's just my poor taste in telling you, don't get used to it, because we all know how Zillow works. Just like it was free back in the day, and then they started selling us back our own leads. So this is their incentive to us to say, hey guys, we'll give you some money if you put your listings in. 2-3 years from now, do not be shocked when they say, hey, you know that tool that you've grown to really like, now we're going to charge you for it. But in the meantime, we're going to take full advantage of it, not only to push out competition in the market, but then to also help you guys win more listings, make more money on that, which is pretty darn exciting. Ryan, what you got, brother?
Is this just with Keller, or are there other brokerages doing it?
There's a few brokerage brands that are involved in this. Keller Williams is the leader of it that started the conversation, but joined in as Remax, United Homes, which is a smaller brand, and I think there was one. Berkshire Hathaway joined in on it as well. Yeah. The nice thing is we dominate San Antonio's market with KW here, so we will definitely have the leading edge of it. So if anybody's got the advantage, it's going to be KW in the San Antonio market, which we're super excited for. That's a great question. Another question on it. I don't know if I can answer it, but I'll do my best. All right. Our next meeting on this is April 6th. So once I get more information on it, we will bring that to you. But again, this is good marketing material for you guys to start talking about. We're going to be creating some content on our end that you guys can turn around and post. KW is doing the same thing. You've already seen a lot of chatter about it, so I think that's pretty good because we're already getting some inquiries from agents at other brokerages going, hey, what's that about? Well, I've had other brokers reach out to me going, my agents are asking about this. I'm going, well, bring them on over. So anyways, it's a great tool. My hat's off to KW on that one. Sometimes we get frustrated with mommy and daddy up there, but honestly, I think it's a good move that's going to put us in a really good, unique position to combat what they're doing at the other brands. And then us partnering with the #1 portal out there is going to be huge. I saw yesterday EXP's doing something very similar. They decided to partner with homes.com. So hey, to each their own, but I'm just glad we're on the biggest platform because that's going to really give our agents a huge opportunity there. So, hit me. Well, I'll tell you on the Anywhere Compass deal, they signed a 3-year agreement with Redfin on that one. So I doubt they're going to jump, especially because they're all in bed together with Redfin on that one. So I doubt they're going to be moving anytime soon. Will other brokerages have the opportunity to join Zillow? I don't doubt it. But again, that's still going to put us in an advantage when they pull up all of the map and we see a lot of those little red KW dots. Makes you guys stand out in your appointments. Rick? Yes, the agents will have that option. If they want to put it only in the private portal of MLS, they have that option. But if it goes into the Zillow, it's going to end up needing to also be in private. So it can't just be Zillow, but it can be just private MLS if somebody wants to do that. Good question. Yes, sir. As of right now, days on market is not being counted against you in the private portal of MLS, and on here you have the ability to toggle it off as well. So again, if you've never put anything in the private portal, it's a good way to test price ranges because you can put in a range, you can put in no price, you can start a little bit higher, and if you're not getting any traction on it, then when you put it into general MLS, you could come up with a new price, and that old price doesn't reflect in it because what happens in private stays in private. I just made that up, so yeah, someone said sometime. Say that again. Exactly, and that's part of the conversation. She's saying if the public can see it, it's not private. And yes, you're exactly right, and that's part of what we're combating, because a lot of times people are saying, hey, it's not necessarily always in the best interest to have it totally private. But what they're doing is, okay, it's still giving you the speed to lead on, hey, this is coming up. You can contact me if you want more information, but it's still giving the consumer the advantage of fairness and being able to see everything, and it's helping your seller by having mass exposure while it's still not being on the market.
I love it, but how does it work with compliance? Like, because
Go ahead.
it's not publicly listed, but we're marketing it publicly.
It's a good question. I'm going to refer that one to Garrett. She's talking about compliance. That's our E&O over here. So we will have more information on that one at our E&O meeting coming up.
Perfect.
Yes. All right. Any others on that one? Yes, sir. Wayne. They will. There'll be a consumer side to Zillow that'll be for Zillow Preview. So what I've been told, and again, they haven't shown us what the user interface will look like, but what they've described it as is there'll probably be a standalone filter or button for them to click and see the map of where stuff is coming up. Like the private portal, you're not required to have a ton of photos. You're not going to be required to have a description. It can be very limited in what you put in. Just like the private portal, you don't have to have all the information yet. It's just to get the word out there that it's coming soon. So like when we sold our house last July, I had it in a private portal, had a couple photos first, and it just said, call me, getting the home ready to sell. And so we would get some leads that way from agents going, hey, I might have a buyer for that. And then when it was ready to go into general, that's when we had the full photos and description and all that kind of stuff. So Zillow will operate very similar. Rachel?
So if you put it in private MLS, and like you have that account with
Zillow Preview.
does it syndicate in there?
I don't know that part yet, so we're going to find that out. I'm hoping yes, since they're opening up the Command ecosystem, that would be really cool. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Norma or Ken?
Sorry, okay, I walked in a little late. So where does that referral fee, or what, does it go to a Zillow agent?
So here's what it breaks down to right now. So the Zillow, if they do contact the Zillow Premier agent and that agent does pick up the lead, they owe 40% back to Zillow as part of the Zillow Flex program. The referral fee to our listing agent is being based on that Flex program fee. So they're going to say, let's say 12,500 GCI, 40% of that is going to Zillow, that's 5,000. 10% of that GCI, oh, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. It's based on the GCI, not their 40%. So 10% of that GCI is $1,250. That's what's coming back to the listing agent as a referral fee. But again, the big caveat there is it's the first contact Zillow agent button that they click. So if that agent goes and clicks 5 of them, whichever one they clicked first is the one that's being tagged for the referral.
Do we have to pay Zillow?
No, there is no cost to Zillow. There's no cost to be on the platform. That was their agreement with KW to, again, get us hooked on it. So there's no cost to you outside of splits and caps. Norman, did you have another one in there, friend? Okay, cool. All right, real quick, we're going to turn it over to our friends on David Weekly. Yeah, get excited about that because that is a big deal. It's going to be really good for you guys. What you got?
Number one, you know how we have it in private now, you have to refresh it.
Yes.
Yes. Is it in there?
Right now, it's following MLS regulations, so most likely, yes. If the MLS is still requiring that update every 30 days, you're probably still going to have to do that in order for it to stay compliant.
And number two, is going to be any change to the listing agreement saying that we're okay to put it on Zillow and on private, but they don't want it on Zillow.
I don't know. That's a great question, so that's one of the ones we'll find out soon. It's a good question. I know part of the listing agreement now covers some of that type of marketing. Will they change it up to be a little bit more specific, or will we have an in-house form, a brokerage form to add to that? Maybe, so stand by. But yeah, our next meeting on it is April 6th, so as soon as we get information, we're going to share it with you guys, but I think it's very exciting. I think it's going to help you guys stand out in your appointments and go get some more of that market share. Let's welcome our friends real quick from David Weekly Homes.
Hello. Thank you for allowing us to be here at your meeting today. I knew that this was a big group, but wow, you guys have a huge group. So we wanted to talk about 2 new communities that David Weekly Homes is a part of now. So we have gone into Kissing Tree in San Marcos. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with the active adult community, Kissing Tree in San Marcos, but it is like Disney World for adults. It is awesome. So David Weekly is very excited to be a partner with Brookfield. We're building on 40, 50, 60, and 70-foot home sites out there. Our presence first started on December 1st, and we are doing very well. Lots of interest in the community. If you guys haven't been out there, I encourage you to come visit. Let me give you a tour and show you why it would be great for your clients. HOA dues are only $263 a month, and it's paradise out there. So what your buyers are getting for that is, Julie's dad lives there, so she can speak to it as well. It's awesome.
Best happy hour in San Marcos.
It is. It's always a party out there, and everybody's happy. If the people that live there are bored, it's because they choose to be bored. There's something to do all the time. So with that being said, we got started in December. We put quick move-ins on the ground right away. So we have our first set of quick move-in homes will be ready as early as May. So if you have clients that are looking, I have a quick move-in flyer here in this little magazine that tells you all about Kissing Tree. My contact information is on the front. I knew y'all were big, but I didn't prepare for as big as y'all are, so I didn't have a brochure for everybody, but maybe you can share with your neighbors, get my contact information. Please come out and see what you could sell to your clients, because it's awesome out there. I'm gonna let Julie talk about her community, Thornbrook.
Also tell them how many models you're gonna have.
Oh,
'Cause y'all are
yes,
gonna have
I
your own
forgot
model.
that. Our square footage ranges from 1,500 to about 3,200 square feet. Our prices range from $374,990 to $614,990. We have 5 models and an on-site design center. So this is the first time David Weekly is doing something this large here in this area. So you guys have to come check it out. We have an agent event. Our grand opening is April 11th and 12th. And then we have an agent event the Wednesday following that. So I've got a lot of y'all's business cards. I'm going to be sending out emails to let you guys know. I would love for y'all to come out and check it out. We'll have live music, food, drinks,
Y'all
all
should
kinds
sponsor a bus for us to come out.
That's a good idea. I'll have to talk about it. It's a little short notice now, but we'll see what I can
We
do.
got a contact. I'll give it to you.
I'll be quick. I know everybody's ready to go. I have opened a new community called Thornbrook in Bulverde. 1 acre home sites. We just started the end of December, and it's been very well received. We went in with a pretty aggressive price point for the community. I've got 2 quick move-in homes right now. All of my lots will be an acre, some of them a little bit more, but at least an acre is a requirement. It's a gated community. We are starting in the high 6s and going to mid 7s. So really pretty home sites with mature trees, and every backyard's kind of like a park. So it is going to be gated. Yes, Shelley?
Can you build a casita on it?
Yes, we can do a casita on any of the properties. I'm doing 2 right now, so we can add that to any floor plan.
Good question, because we get asked that a lot on
Yes.
who can do casitas right now.
And they're super cute. They've got a full
Where in
front
Bulverde
porch.
is it, Julie?
It is right off Ammon Road, Thornbrook. So
Do you have a model?
I do.
A
Model
gorgeous
opened,
one.
it's really pretty, about
Yes.
3,100 square feet. I start at 2,500 square feet. 3,000 to 3,500 is kind of the average, but I do go up to 4,700. So most are 4 bedrooms, but we've got all kind of flex spaces, and kind of a new thing for David Weekly. We've really upped the standard features and the things included. So it's been great. This is phase 1 of 6. There will be about 300 homes total.
What about incentives right now?
So right now, we've got some great financing incentives on the 2 quick move-in homes that I have. And then we also are doing $15,000 towards any design options for new builds.
What's the interest rate?
On the quick move-in homes, we've got 2 different ones. If it's conventional.
Come this way, Julia.
Sorry, 4.99. We've got VA on these 2 that I have. That first year is 2.99, second 3.99, and year 3 through 30 is 4.99.
What's the name of the community in Bulverde?
Thornbrook.
Thank you.
Would love to have y'all out
2
there.
words, 1 word.
1 word. And I'll also send out, I think again, y'all have such a big group, and by the way, love the energy here.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll send out some other stuff too, so would love to have you guys out. I've seen a few faces there already, so appreciate that. We always welcome anyone from the office, so.
If y'all have never worked with David Weekly, they're phenomenal. These two ladies are awesome. I've worked with
thank
them
you.
both, and yeah, they're a great builder to work with.
Oh, and we're gonna draw for the Yeti.
Are we
and
ready to draw?
We are ready to draw, and we'll
Alright.
get out of your way.
Stir it
It's
up.
about to be Yeti season.
Shaking it up.
Say
Anta Odie. Anta, where you at,
All right, guys, y'all make it a great week. If you want to talk more about it, come see us. As we get more information, we'll let you know. God bless you. We love you. And we'll see you at awards tomorrow. Don't forget awards. Woo-hoo! It'll be fun. It's going to be a good time. All right, DJ, hit that music.